just gonna cook because anybody experiencing problem with their StreamYard, anyone can help us. See, put this one there. Let's do some cooking. Let's cook. Hello? Mo.
Anong niluluto mo, ate?
Ano lang, wala akong nakita quail eggs. And then, mixed veggies.
Para sa'yo, para nakain naman si Mr. Kurt niya.
Oo.
Ah,
Saka beef naman yung gamit. Andun, sa kwarto. Dali.
ano oras na ba yan? Di ba alas 12 pa lang yan?
Ano also ba? Wala kasi akong kalisang suot eh. Basta, 2 o'clock na.
Ay, okay. So, alas 12 na pala niyo.
Oo.
Kung tumawag ka na, nilalakad namin yung mga alaga namin.
Kaya nga, buti nga ikaw, pwede ka mag-alaga. Dito ayaw eh.
Bakit?
Kasi nga nagpa-carpet siya, di ba? Puro yung halaman lang ang pwede ko alagaan. Yung mga halaman ko. Sabi ko, ay, maybe they're doing something.
Nasaan na si Mr. Kurt? Natutulog ba siya?
Andoon, anak ko mag-uusap sigurado yung about what's happening in Iran and I know, I can just look at it talking. Just wait and see.
these are the two bedrooms that aren't the master. See, there's yeah. See, so this is their YouTube. Don't remember the way it looks because it'll change in a week. Okay. And then because and then this is our living room. Looks like this, very small. It's a little 1,300 square foot house. Yeah, it's brand new, you know, but this is the master. Looks like this, and of course the master's got the big bathroom, but not, you know, looks like this. And then of course I have my gun safe in there because we're back in Texas, you know, so we get to have guns finally. This is our backyard's little, you know, it looks like this. Yeah, and then I'll show you the toy out front. But so this, yeah.
Yeah, now Kurt knows how to
This
tour.
is my shelves. This is the ones I keep telling everybody. I saw this in Popular Mechanics or National Geographic, probably Popular Mechanics, way back in like 1976 or something. These are 2x12s, but you can make them out of anything. Yeah. And you use dowel rods straight through like this. Okay, yeah. You can make the shelves any way you want, you know.
So it's
and you can add them as many as you want. And the only thing holding them, see those clips up there? I got one there and one at the bottom. That's the only thing holding them against the wall or together. And you can't, you know. So anyway, I saw that design. I'd like to say I designed it, but I didn't. I stole it.
And just put it all together.
So.
Hi, Jardim.
So this is our front yard. It's probably a little bright, but.
Night, Jardim. Love you.
I'm jealous of where you guys live. I love mountains. You know. Be careful when you ask for it. Hold on. They seem to always have blue cars. And I must be a red guy. I didn't. Yeah.
It's all red.
Yeah. So I'm sure that psychologically there's something wrong, but I don't know what it is yet. You know.
Mentally wrong, not psychological.
That's something mentally wrong, yeah.
I don't think so. I will pray.
So Dee is cooking.
You gotta see because I turned
Huh?
the camera there.
Okay.
Yeah. I miss mom. You miss my cooking?
I don't need to cook for tonight. I was telling Justin that I know I'm not gonna cook. It's my first box.
Ah,
I'm making smoked prime rib this weekend. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
okay. So,
Well,
are you, Justin, are you working?
Yeah, so I was working for a semiconductor company for 2 years. They promoted me to lead engineer, and the promotion was supposed to go through 2 months after I took a job, so I agreed to take it. And 6 months later, I still hadn't been promoted. So
Nice.
when it finally became official, it was only an extra $2 an extra bump. So I was like, this is not. I never would have taken this job. I mean, I was working 60 to 70-hour weeks. Getting calls all weekend at night,
Wow.
and it was too much. We don't
Yeah.
need it. I kind of pushed back a little bit. You know me.
Yeah.
When someone screwed me over, I pushed back pretty hard.
Yeah.
So, so it didn't work out. I just started a new job 3 months ago with Canon.
Oh, okay.
New project with Intel, and it's not the best, but it's it's more. It's steady and it's less responsibility than I had before. So
Yeah.
I'm on a compressed work week. So I work 4 12s one week, 3 12s the next.
Oh,
So it's really nice because Julie's finally on days the last couple of months. She
Okay.
just got on days. And so we finally get to spend a lot more time together than we had before.
okay. So, Julie, you're still nursing, I'm assuming.
yeah, right? I think like that's the only thing I can do.
Yeah. Well, there are worse things to do, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Especially up here. It's the highest pay in the nation.
Yeah.
Nearly. So it's very good for her. That's one of the reasons we settled in this area.
So
I
you,
wish I could do OnlyFans, Mr. Kirk, but I can't.
yeah, yeah. Well, the other benefit you never talked about is Bigfoot. So you guys got Bigfoot all around you.
We've been getting into gardening a lot, so I don't even
Oh yeah, that is really nice.
Oh,
see,
wow.
Look at that.
Is that your greenhouse? Is that a greenhouse?
She had a greenhouse.
It started out supposed to be a greenhouse. The previous owners had a little area back there, outdoor garden area, with a fence around it, but it was all rotting. And
Oh, okay.
So I tore it down and I built that. Intention is to eventually make it a greenhouse so we can do year-round gardening.
Got it.
We can have an area in the back, and then we can grow stuff at that during the winter. But I need to run electrical and put actual,
Right.
polycarbonate panels on there, which is pretty expensive right now because it all comes from China.
Uh-huh.
But,
Yeah, gotcha.
but eventually, if we stay at this house, I'll get it fully fitted out for a greenhouse so we can actually use year-round.
Oh, okay.
But I kind of got ahead of myself and built the full frame and everything last year, and then I was like, I don't have money for all the polycarbonate, but so we got that going, and then built this doghouse, even though they don't
Yeah, I got the doghouse.
Wow.
So cute.
Now I know what. Now I know where we can stay when we stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this is this greenhouse.
Yeah. So is that visqueen or whatever you want to call it around it? The plastic.
Oh, nice. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Has it got a ceiling on it?
No.
Okay.
I will show them.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Excited with that.
Bok choy.
Bok
I
choy.
like the
Okay.
bok choy.
Seeds, look at them.
Wow.
Yeah, you can just get it from there. It'll not be
They look like they're
bothering.
doing great.
No, this is like my broccoli and then my tomatoes and then something.
That is what I'm talking about, Kirky. That just on like a planter.
Yeah. No,
And
I know
then-
what you're saying. Yeah.
And then I can make my own
Yeah.
tomatoes.
Yeah, Justin built those raised bed, and then I asked him for more raised bed outside the greenhouse. So I'm trying like these are cantaloupe and watermelon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and these are like zucchinis,
Okay.
cucumber, squash.
How much land do you have?
A lot.
It looks like
Yeah, you
it.
got a big
I'm
land.
upset now.
It's just a third of an acre. It's not too much, but it works. It's plenty for us.
Yeah, we don't have a third of an acre even. So.
Just like his son's born.
And so we might want to recreate. She comes up, but we'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, I mean, What kind of
But
roof
still,
you going to put a metal roof on there, or what kind of roof, or glass?
For the greenhouse?
Yes,
I'll do polycarbonate eventually.
but I mean clear, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll tint it so it'll block some of the sun.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes. Gonna have grow lights and everything in there eventually. But yeah, we for this year, I put up the plat last year and it just got way too hot, so I just tore it all off this year so we can just grow and keep the deer out.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, deer, raccoons, hogs, everything.
Yeah.
there's so much deer here.
We don't have hogs, but yeah, we'll just
That's
catch
like
the deer. They'll
house.
hop on fence and just chill out here.
Man, Texas is overrun with hogs.
Oh, I've seen, yeah.
Yeah, you can shoot hogs. They'll have farmers ask you to come shoot hogs on their land.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen people hunting them from helicopters.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, with Gatling guns, with miniguns. You know what I mean? I mean they will give birth 3 times in a year.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
That's how.
that's how they make, you know.
They multiply so fast.
Yeah, they multiply really fast. I mean, they're like, I mean, Jesus. You know, they're like gremlins. You know. You know.
Well, they're gonna get wet, and then you could just get it multiplied.
That's right. Yeah, and they'll tear up some crops. They tear up crops. They tear up, you know, everything. Well,
How long you been here, Mr. Kirk, since you got back from Abu Dhabi?
June of last year.
That's what a year.
I've been in the state. Dee's been here since August of last year.
Okay.
Yeah, and we had a nightmare trying to get her into the States. We got her visa in Abu
I told her
Dhabi.
about it.
You know about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a nightmare, but it finally came through, and Etihad burned me big time, $5,000 worth.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Got a lot of ticket that was just burned
Yeah.
like that.
crazy.
I think did you get the lawyer that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Manalayo.
Yeah.
Same guy. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look so tired.
You look tired. Yeah.
Yes, because I've been working a lot. I mean, I only had 1 off. Then I think I'll probably have 4 days off.
Okay.
If I don't pick up extra shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, like, we cannot oversleep now, like, way past 7 a.m. because the dogs will wake us up and,
Oh.
6 a.m.
like 6 a.m. So there's really no way, even if I wanted, like, until 10 a.m. I want to, like,
You still wanted to sleep, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's like having kids.
like-
Having dogs like having kids.
Wake your mom up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to be walked, fed, and play. Yeah.
Do they stay in the yard, or if you let them loose, will they just take off?
No. Justin built like a small gate, like a fence,
Yeah.
so they can just go to the whole property.
Yeah, so I put in this, so we've got some fence sections around that are only like 3.5 foot tall, and one dog actually jumped over it before. So we have a doggy door and our sliding glass door downstairs.
Yeah.
So I just put in this, about 150-foot fence that goes for, a good area for them to come do their business.
Yeah.
Because now we're gone for like the days that we work, the same days we're gone for like 14 hours a day.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
they gotta come in and out. So it works out. They've been really good. They haven't tried to escape. Most of the time they just run out and do their business and go back and lay in the house.
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't have any bear come by or anything like that, huh?
Oh no.
No, there's supposedly like up in the higher areas.
Yep.
Supposedly there's some bear, but we only really see the deer and stuff around here.
Okay. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, we have this really nice big field behind us, but unfortunately they're starting to develop that. So yeah, we're gonna be hearing all that. So at least Julie's on days now, so she won't get woken up with all that stuff. But yeah, gonna kill our view. We had a nice,
Yeah.
peaceful
You
view
really
here.
have a good view up there.
So are you in a homeowners association or no?
No, not out here. It's kind of that we're country basically. so
Right.
that's not.
Yeah, we got
We got the HOA.
this is my first time with an HOA. I've never
Enjoy.
never done it. You know, this is ridiculous for me, but you know.
Yeah, there's only 8,000 people in our town. So it's,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
So what do you have two cars?
Yeah,
Julie drives now.
Yeah.
And then we got I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee that I bought when we were traveling in country, but it was only 2-wheel drive, and I needed a truck because all the projects and stuff that I'm building and hauling dirt and all that.
Sure.
So buying a 2023 Ram 1500.
Okay. How's that working for you?
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, sometimes it feels ridiculous, overkill, because I'm just driving 30 minutes to work and back every day.
Oh yeah.
So it's a little bit of a gas hog. But we definitely need it. I was thinking about getting rid of it, trading down, and then summer hit, and I'm making multiple trips to the landscaping supply place and hauling dirt and all materials and wood and all that. So I'm like, no, we just need to keep, especially get more property someday.
Tara doon.
Yeah, my little
Hindi ko nakikita
Tacoma's
kasi.
4-wheel drive, so it's the first time for me.
Thank you.
So I've changed the oil and I've done all the maintenance on it. I've changed the oil in both differentials and the transfer case. I've changed the oil in the transmission. The transmission fluid, because it's a what they call a lifetime there's no dipstick. So I've changed it, and it's a little bit peppier. You know what I mean? So I'm glad about that. But it's a 2015. And it's only got 100,000 miles on it, so so that's less. A 10-year-old truck has got 10,000 miles a year on it. So yeah. So in the Tacoma world, they call them tacos. In the Tacoma world, yeah, they as my son says, it'll outlast you if you take care of it. I said, well, that's the plan. You know what I mean? So but I'm pretty sure it would climb up a telephone pole in 4-wheel drive low, so, but,
You got his monster truck.
we'll see. So now my son and I were thinking about, going halvesies on a boat, and everything I needed to tow somewhere or get somewhere, like you're saying, wood or something, wood for these shelves. I had to have my son bring his van over and get me the wood, and I said, this is getting old. I can't do this all the time, because, he has work and, I would wait 2, 3, 4 days to get something. And then if I needed just one piece of wood, it'd be another 3 or 4 more days before I could get the piece of wood, But I don't drive it every day, it's not a daily driver. I use my Camry for any kind of thing. I get 50 miles per gallon on the Camry, Yeah, so. And, the nice thing about the hybrids, which I did a lot of research before I, bought it. I don't know if I told you, but when I was back home one time in 2018, Highway 95 going up to New York, 2 18-wheelers jackknifed in the snow, and there were like 400 cars backed up that had to spend the night out on the freeway. And I was real concerned about what would you do if that was the case, if they were all Teslas, all battery-powered cars. The next day, you'd be spending weeks trying to get those people off the road.
Oh, sure.
And then I said, if it was gas, you could leave it on until you ran out of gas, But then I'd start researching on the hybrids, and there's a guy in a Prius and a guy in a Toyota Sienna, the van, that sleep in them overnight. And all you do is in a hybrid is get inside, lock the door from inside, leave the car on, set your temperature, whatever you want. It runs off battery until it gets low, and then the motor starts up and charges up the battery, and it shuts off, and the battery runs down again. He was sleeping in minus 11 degrees in North Dakota in his Prius, and and he said he lost 3 gallons of gas and 35 miles in range, and that was it. sleeping 9 hours in minus 11 degrees inside his car that was 73 degrees, 75 degrees. So, you know, I don't have a transmission, I don't have fan belts, my air conditioner and everything is run off the electric, the air conditioner is electric, the compressor, you know, is electric, everything's electric. There's no alternator on the car, the transmission is two big generators. You know, so that they run the you know, the motor runs the motor runs the batteries run the car, you know, and Toyota and Honda got the two best, you know, the transmission, it's not a CVT, it's an eCVT.
Okay.
The CVT's it's like on a golf cart. The more you spin, the closer the thing does that. They don't have that. The eCVT is just two big generators. So when you're driving down the road and you feel it shift, it's just the computer making you feel like it's shifting. It's not shifting at all. You know?
Okay.
So it's really a better thing. The eCVT is what you want to stay with. The Honda and the Toyota. The Toyota is the Nissan is a CVT, which is that belt thing, which slips and the all the kind of stuff. Anyway, I did a lot of research on them, so anyway, I was happy. So if you end up with a hybrid, go with Honda or go with well, just make sure the transmission is not a CVT. Make sure it's an eCVT.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Considering
Eventually we might. We'll see.
hybrid, maybe just one of us.
Yeah, I'd like to get a hybrid truck. But
Yeah. Well,
The F-150
yeah,
hybrid.
well, the Ford F-150, Ford has partnered with Toyota for their hybrid technology.
Okay, nice.
So, but the last Ford I looked at had a like a 6-speed or an 8-speed transmission in it that was hybrid. But the plus on the Ford, I'm talking about a truck. The Ford truck, if your house goes out, you can plug your Ford truck into your house to run your house. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I can't do that on my car would just puke on the spot, you know. So yeah, I don't have a plug-in. My car doesn't plug into anything, you know.
Yeah.
So, but you got a generator up there? You run a generator on your house?
No, we've never had issues. Honestly, it doesn't snow that much. We've got a couple of good snows since we've been up here, but nothing ever that heavy. We've never lost power. I mean, other than like one day it was really windy, and I guess they had a line blow on the highway into town, so a lot of town lost power. But honestly, it was for like an hour. It wasn't even long at all. So yeah, the 2 years we've been here, we've lost power for like 1 hour. That was it.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's just not something that we really need to get up here. If it ever becomes an issue, then for sure we'll buy one. But yeah, I think it's an investment that I'll make at this house, maybe at the next property we get.
Gotcha. Yeah. I put a generator on. We got solar on our house, but it's for net metering. It doesn't have a wall. You know, it's just net metering. I wouldn't recommend that. Now that I've got it, my electric bill. They said your electric bill will go down. All you'll be doing is paying for the solar. And then my electric bill went up $20. You know, and even though we're making more than we're using, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So somehow, it's kind of like, I don't know.
Marketing strategy.
It was a good sales tactic. I got solar, so I got some kind of tax advantage the first year, but you know.
Yeah, I was looking into it recently, but I ended up deciding not to because electric bills, even during the summer, barely crack $100. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
not,
it.
gas bill in
Bye.
winter is